Thank you so much for joining this lesson. We shall be discussing Mathematics Paper 1, Section 1, the Kakamega Mathematics Joint Examination, 360 degrees. I don't know what they mean by that, but one thing I'm sure is that this is a paper which has been well thought out, very serious items. And as we discuss the paper from number 1 to number 16 and later the Section 2, you will agree with me that really the setters of this paper know what they're doing. They know what they need. They know what students want at this particular time. A very serious exam. Now evaluate without using a calculator or a math table, leaving your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form for 3 marks. 3 1/4 minus 6 1/4 divided by total 5 of 4 and 1 over 6. Then everything over 1 and 7 over 10 plus 2 over 3 multiplied by 2 1/4. So let's begin by simplifying the numerator in this case. What shall we have by simplifying the numerator? When you look at this, you discover that according to board mass, we're supposed to work out brackets first, but we don't have brackets. Then we go to off, but we don't. Okay, we have off, yeah, sure. So let's sort out the off first, whereby we have 3/4 being changed to mixed or improper. That's 13 over 4 minus, we also change 6 1/4 to 25 out of 4. Then this will be divided by, let's deal with this part, which is having 2 over 5. Off means multiplication, 25 over 6. You know, this now will be 5, and by 2, we'll get 3 here. So 5 over 3. So now we are having divide by 5 out of 3. Yeah, 5 out of 3. Then again, we deal with a division. So 13 over 4 minus, we work out the division, 25 over 4. You know, instead of dividing, we can multiply by reciprocal. And this will give us 15 over 4. So we are talking about 13 out of 4 minus 15 out of 4. This shall simplify to 13 over 4 minus 15 over 4. This will be a negative, of course. So negative half. This is what we are getting from the numerator. We check the denominator, which is having lesser terms. From the denominator, what shall we have? We are having 1 and 7 over 10, which can be simplified to 17 out of 10. And then plus, we work out the multiplication first. So we are having 2/3 multiplied by 9 out of 4, because I'm changing 2 1/4 to an improper fraction. By 3, 1, by 3, 3, by 2, 1, by 2, 2. So 3 over 2. Yeah, 3 over 2 that way. So now we can work out these, whereby we work with LCM of 10. 10 divided by 10, we get 1. So that's be 17. Then plus 10 divided by 2, we get 5. That makes it now 15. So we will have 32 out of 10. If we are to simplify this, then by 2 we shall get 16, and by 2 we shall get 5. You see, now we are having an improper fraction for the denominator. But now, remember, negative half has now been divided by 16 over 5, making our work simpler now. Negative 1 over 2. I've now combined what I got from the numerator and what I'm getting from the denominator. Dividing by 16 over 5 means multiplying by 5 over 16. Yeah, by 5 over 16. So this shall be negative 5 out of 32. And this becomes our final answer. Unless we've made a mistake somewhere, this is not a mixed number. It is negative 5 out of 32. But anyway, You can just check through the work very quickly to see whether maybe there is a mistake which has been committed somewhere, and that is something very possible. Yeah, we can do a mistake in our working. So it's good as you work out the questions, you're also doing something. Solve for x given this equation. 2x minus 1 multiplied by 1 over 8, x minus 1, okay, 1 minus x, sorry, equals to 4 raised to 3x minus 1. It's good to make the composite numbers to be in their simplest form or simplest base possible according to what we have here. Look at number 2. You know, I want to list a few laws of indices here that will help us to come up with a permanent solution to this particular question. You remember the negative law of indices that says when we have a number raised to a negative power, you can take the reciprocal and you reverse the sign of the power to positive. So that way, I will apply the same for 1 over 8, such that now, if I rewrite this expression, I'll be having 2x minus 1 multiplied by, instead of 1 over 8, I make it 8, but now raised to negative power. Yeah, negative power, which was 1 minus x multiplied by negative, becomes negative 1 and positive x equals to 4, 3x minus 1. At this point now, we can make 8 to base 2, which is 2 power 3. So 2x minus 1 multiplied by 2 power 3. So it opens the bracket as negative 3 and 3x. This is equal to 2 power 2 instead of 4, making it 2 power 2. This shall be 6x, then minus 2, like that. 6x minus 2. You see that? Let's talk about now combining the bases. Given that the base is uniform, base 2 now, it will be very easy for us to talk about the first law of indices, the multiplication law of indices with a power m multiplied by a power n. This is solved by simply taking a, then the powers are added. With that, with this now, we can have this, we can combine a few things here. So we start with 2, then the power now, x minus 1. Then we add the others now. This is equal to 2, 6x minus 2. That way. And now that we have base 2 on both sides, we can now equate the powers. X plus 3x, that gives us 4x. Then we're having negative 1 minus 3, giving us negative 4. This is equal to 6x minus 2. At this point now, we can have this becoming 2x because of 6 minus 4. Then negative 2. Negative 4 minus, this becomes positive here. So minus 4 plus 2, making it a negative 2. And the value of x is now confirmed to be negative 1. A very good question, thought-provoking. You have to think. In this one, you can't just rush to solve indices. You must be having the laws of indices in your fingertips so that you don't strain to apply them. As we continue learning, please allow me introduce a few programs here for ourselves. When you'll be having the December holiday, Shifting Grades Online School has organized what we are calling the one-term ahead program. In this one, people will be covering the content of their next level. So term 1 2026 work shall be covered over the holiday for 5 good weeks. Please join us from the 20th of November to the 12th of December via Google Meet. Remember, Google Meet is a very fair, interactive forum whereby you can ask questions, you can respond to questions, you can seek a lot of clarity from your teachers. So we'll be having a very serious lineup of teachers for all the compulsory subjects. Please join us, whether you are in JS or the senior school. We shall cover the term 1 work of 2026 for the compulsory subjects. Please join us for a very serious and interactive forum. My consultation line, or our consultation line, 0704153366, is already attached on the wall. Look at the poster. Your bottom right is having the number that you're supposed to reach out through, like that, and we shall grow together. Shifting Grades is the home of academics. Kindly feel much invited. Otherwise, I appreciate you for joining us. To the candidates, before I forget, 2025, every Sunday we have a mentorship mathematics program, very serious. We are discussing serious issues again via Google Meet. So you are free still to join us. The number is the same. Just reach out and you will get the best from the best. Thank you. Let's continue. Number 3. Two matrices A and B are given by A equals to n432 and B 1234. Given that the determinant of BA equals to -4, find the value of n. Wow, very interesting question, and another teaching point I'm getting from this particular question. Actually, I told you that from the look of things, this is a serious paper. The setters are very sophisticated. Look at BA, product of B and A. When it comes in matrices, it's not the same as A times B. Very different things. Very different. It's not like in the normal numerical problems whereby we can say 3 times 6 equals to 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is the same as 3 times 6. This one is very the same. But when we are talking about matrices, when you reverse the positions, it totally brings a different meaning. So in this case now, we should get the product first of BA. So BA means 1, 2, 3, 4 times A. N, 4, 3, 2. That is the product of B times A. It should be strictly in that order. Strictly in that order. I'm imagining the level or the number of learners and students who will just rush to talk about A times B, yet it is B times A. So now we multiply every row and the columns. So 1 by n plus 2 by 3, making it n plus 6. The next term shall be the same row, the next column. So 1 by 4 and 2 by 2. That is 4 plus 4, making it 8, like that. Then on the lower side, we have this second row by the first column, 3 by n and 4 by 12. 3 by n and 4 by 3, making it 3n plus 12. Then finally, we have a 3 by 4 and 4 by 2, 12 plus 8, making this 120. This is now the product of BA in that order. Somebody is now telling us that this matrix now is having a determinant which is equivalent to -4. So determinant of a matrix is product of elements in the leading diagonal. This is the leading diagonal. The diagonal from top right to, top left to bottom right. We call it the main diagonal, minus product of elements in the other diagonal. So now we'll be having 20 multiplied by n plus 6. When we subtract 8 times 3n plus 12, this should give us -4 as the determinant. Very simple. Now we can open brackets. We group terms together. We see what can be solved. We get the value of n. We keep moving. 20n plus 120 minus 24n minus 96. This is the same as minus 4. That way. So let's talk about negative 4n equals to, negative 4n equals to, because I'm combining 20 and negative 24. Minus 4, I add 96 because 96 becomes positive to the right, and I subtract 120. This is giving us negative 28. And the value of n is now confirmed to be 7. Yeah, because negative cancels out. 28 over 4 will become 7. A very serious question and very good for this case. We proceed now at number 4. Geometry and basic constructions. Using a ruler and a pair of compasses only. Using a ruler and a pair of compasses only, construct a parallelogram. Look at that. Construct a parallelogram. ABCD such that AB6, BC4, and the diagonal AC equals to 7. Drop a perpendicular from point C to meet AB at N, then measure the length of CN. I'm doing a sketch first of this particular parallelogram. So we are starting with A to B is 6. That's what we expect you to construct first. Then after that, B to C, 4 centimeters. Then A to C, 7. So B to C, we can do a certain arc using 4 centimeters. But when we stand at A, we use a serious distance now of 7 to make an arc. That will become our C, such that now we are able to, we can draw that way. So we identify part C by considering 4 centimeters from B and 7 centimeters from A. That intersection gives us C. Then something else that we're supposed to do is that now we will stand at point A, because this is a parallelogram anyway. Being a parallelogram, the length from A to D should be the same as B to C. Therefore, I stand at A and I use, standing at A, I use 4 centimeters. So I do 4 centimeters. And standing at C, I use 7. Oh, wait. Using at C, standing at C, I use 6 centimeters. Yeah, because DC should be equal to AB. So this now will be our parallelogram, a very simple procedure. So now we do 6 centimeters. The first step. That is A. Then I use a mark of 6 centimeters. Yeah. This is B. I've measured 6 centimeters. So standing at B, I measure 4 centimeters. Then standing at A, I measure 7, like that. Where they intersect, that becomes our C. So that's point C. Then again, we should be able to stand at point A. Standing at point A, we are supposed to measure another 4 centimeters. Then standing at C, we measure 6 centimeters. You see? Now that becomes our point D, because you were supposed to know that from A to D should be the same as B to C. And also from A to B and D to C should be the same because of the parallelogram properties. The properties of parallelograms. lead us to conclude that those lengths are parallel and equal. Then now standing at C, we stand at C, we make an arc first. Then standing on where the arcs cut AB, standing at this point, can make an arc. Standing at this point, we cut the first arc. Then we drop our perpendicular. We drop our perpendicular that way. So that's it. Very simple instruction question. Very simple. Now to number 5. Mr. Musundi went to a bookshop to purchase calculators, geometrical sets, and math tables at 168, 120, 156 Kenya shillings respectively. He carried the least amount of money with which he was able to purchase an exact number of each item. How many calculators was he able to buy? So one thing that we're supposed to understand here is that the amount of money which can buy exact number of items should be a common multiple, or these common multiple. And now look at this. What kind of a multiple? It should be now the least common multiple. You know, the common multiples can be many. After the least common multiple, there can be still other multiples where 168, 120, and 156 can divide uniformly. But now we need the least one. So we talk about LCM. So let me give all the factors now. We start with the numbers. We need the least common multiple of 168, 120, and 156. So the first prime factor is 2. 2 can divide 168 to give us 84, 120 to give us 60, and 156 to give us 78. Then by 2 again, this gives us 42, 30, 39. By 2 once again, 21, 15, 39. By 3, because 2 cannot divide anything now, we go to 7, 5, 13. The remaining ones now are all prime factors, so we can just do all of them. Then by 5, then by 13. So now the amount of money that could buy exact number of each item is 2 power 3 times 3 times 7 times 5 times 13. And this gives us 10, 9, 20. Yeah, just a confirmation. Yeah, 10, 9, 20. That is it. This is the amount that Mr. Musundi carried. So the question is asking how many calculators he was able to buy. 10, 9, 20 divided by the price of one calculator. So this guy was having the capacity to purchase 65 calculators. Yeah. 65 calculators too. Number 6, remember to subscribe to this channel. Remember also to share the link with your friends. The area of a sector that subtends an angle of 1.2 radians is 60 square centimeters. Calculate the perimeter of the sector. Okay. So now we are having a sector here. Let me draw it. It's able to subtend 1.2 radians like that. And we are given the area is 60. Can we first find the radius of this particular sector by saying that area is given by, okay, we have the area. The area is given, which is 60 equals to beta over the whole angle. If the circle was complete, it would have been 2 pi radians. 2 pi radians. Yeah, 2 pi like that. multiplied by pi. Actually, we can have the pi substituted as pi. Then r squared. So instead of converting the angle to degrees Celsius, I'm just using it as radians. Then in the space of 360, we use the equivalence of 360 in radians, which is 2 pi. 2 pi radian equals to 360 degrees that way. So we can just use the angles in radians, then in their right proportions. You see now, with this, pi can just simplify out. This is 0.6. Like that. So 60 divided by what we're having here should give us 100 is equal to r squared. And the value of r is now 10 centimeters. If we have radius, we can find perimeter very quickly. We can start with arc length. Arc length will be equal to beta out of total angle at the center, beta over the 60 to pi r. Beta over 362 pi r, yeah. Arc equals to beta over 362 pi r. So the beta we are using now is in pi radians. Okay, it's not radians. So we also use 1.2 in radians over the equivalence of 360, which is 2 pi radians. So pi cancels, even in the formula. 2 also cancels. We get 12 centimeters. So total length or total perimeter, 12 plus 10 plus 10 to give us 32 centimeters. So we have 12 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters like that. 12, 10, 10, 12, 10, 10 like that. So we get a total length or total perimeter of 32. That's not an easy question. You were supposed to know how to maneuver and work with radians or pi radians. Again, if you don't have a clear understanding of the pi radians as angles, you can use the 2 pi radians as equal to 360 degrees. Then you convert, you work with 350, 360. Yeah, like that. Number 7, we are told that a trader bought 2 types of drinking chocolates, A and B, at 60 and 50 respectively, costing a total of 6,100 Kenya shillings. If he bought 110 drinking chocolates of both types, find the number of type B that he bought. So we can say type A, he bought X. Type B, he bought 110 minus X because the total is 110. If A has been let to be X, or actually to save on time, we can let type B be our X, so that when we work out X, we are automatically at the answer. Instead of finding A, then now we start getting to B. A will be 110 minus X. Now, A cost 60. So 60, and they are 110 minus X. Then B costing 50, X of them, to give us a total of 6100. You see? So 60 by 110 gives 6600 minus 60x plus 50x equals to 6100. Combining terms together, let's have positive 10x to the right, because negative 60 and 50 becomes negative 10. We make it positive on the right. Then we subtract 61 from 66 to give us 500. See, now the value of x shall be 50. 50 of them. Yeah, 50 chocolates. 50 type A chocolates. Hmm? 50 type A chocolates, like that. Type A chocolates. A very sweet question again. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. At number 8, this is a good question again in number 8. A very good question. Let's look at it keenly. Yes, so a rectangular block measures 50 centimeters, 15 centimeters wide. Then it has a mass of 15 kilograms and density 2.4 grams per cubic centimeter. Find its height in meters, strictly in meters. That means we're supposed to play along with all these dimensions until we get the height. Now, with mass and density, we can find volume. We know generally we say that density is given by mass over volume, meaning that volume shall be given by mass over density. So I'll use the mass of 15. Then I use a converted density. Instead of 2.4, now I'll use 2400 so that I get it in SI units. So 15 over 2400, this becomes, okay, I'm having it in standard form and we can still proceed. 6.25 times 10 to the power of -3 meters cubed. This is now the volume. Now with the volume, we can say, volume is usually given by length, again converting, times width, times unknown height. Length times width times height. Length times width times height. Height is unknown. So to get height, I'm to divide this volume now by length and width. I hope we are together in the conversion. 0.08333 meters. That is the height in meters. Yeah, the height in meters. That one is now the height in meters, and I hope we are together in the conversion of these dimensions and also these ones. So that's how we're supposed to work out. Yeah, that's how we're supposed to work out. Can we look at this question? Number 9. A salesman earns 3% commission for selling a dictionary and 4% commission for selling a mathematics book. A dictionary costs 1,500, while a math book costs 600. One time he sold 10 more dictionaries. 10 more dictionaries than mathematics books and earned 7,200 as commission. Find the number of dictionaries and math books that he sold. Can we let, 10 more dictionaries? Can we let math books to be X so that the dictionaries now become X plus 10? Then now, the selling price are already given. So after selling X math books, each at 600, now there was 4% commission there. Then there was another sale of, 1,500 is for a dictionary, and dictionaries are X plus 10. And now from the sale of this, there'll be 3% commission. Then all this shall give us 7,200. Yeah, 7,200. So let's get the number of each. This cancels to give us 24x plus this cancels to give us 15x plus 150 equals to 7,200. So now we'll be having 39x equals to Is that 39? 24 and 15? Yeah, 39. So 7200 minus 150, giving us 7050. How shall we get the value of x? We divide through by 39. I'm getting 180. I expected a whole number. Could be we are making some mistake somewhere, and that is what I just get back to check. Yeah, look at this. Let me check my color here. 15x and 150. I forgot the 3 which was here. There is a 3 here, which is supposed to multiply everything. There is a 3 there, which is supposed to multiply everything. So now with that 3, let's see now the changes we will have in this equation. Mhm. This is 24x plus 45x plus 450 equals to 720, like that. So this is a 69x equals to 7200 minus 450, giving us 6750. Then the value of x shall be, I'm still not getting what I need. 24 plus, yeah, that's 69. I think I should move at a slower rate. Let me check. Maybe there is something I'm misinterpreting, but I will arrest the error. 3% for every dictionary, and a dictionary is going for 1,500, yeah? While a math book, 600 for a commission of 4, like that. He saw 10 more dictionaries than math books. 10 more dictionaries than math books. 10 more dictionaries than math books. Therefore, I think it's well organized, but I have to now take it slowly. Let's see. But I expect whole numbers. If there is no whole number after confirmation, then it means they are having an error in the setting. But the question is sincerely very good. A very good question. So we post it. Let's check it together once again. Look at these. Math books are X. So we are told one time he sold 10 more dictionaries. So dictionaries are 10 plus X. Now, 3% from dictionaries means 3% dictionaries are X plus 10, and each dictionary is going for 1,500, plus 4% X math books, each math book to give us a total of 7,200. Now, if they don't now give us the right answer here, I think they will be having an issue like that. So I'm having 3x plus 30 into 15. This is 24x 7200. This is 45x plus 30 by 15, 450. 24x 7200, like that. So 69x equals to 7200 minus 450, 6750. The value of x shall be 97. Yeah, 97. 97, which can, because it's 0.8, you can say 98. 98 math books. Determine the number of dictionaries and math books sold. in math books sold. So this is a math books. Then dictionaries will be, we add 10 to these. So 108. So we can work with that decimal, but I really don't like that. I expected a serious whole number. Yeah, serious whole number. Anyway, I've shown how the question should be interpreted. In a regular polygon, the interior angle is thrice the value of its supplementary. Remember that supplementary, it means that the exterior angle, because when you have a polygon like this, if this is an interior, then the supplementary is the exterior one. Yeah, because exterior and interior are on a straight line and they add up to 160. Find the number of sides. So exterior thrice the supplementary. So we can let the exterior to be x so that the interior now becomes thrice 3x. We know that exterior plus interior should give us 180. So 4x equals to 180. The value of x equals to 45. So exterior angle is 45. If the exterior angle is 45, ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed now to say that the number of sides is given by 360 out of the size of an exterior. 360 over 45, 360 over 45, giving us 8 sides. Yeah, an octagon like that. Look at number 11. A flag post 12 meters long is fixed on top of a tower. From a point on the horizontal ground, the angle of elevation from the top and bottom of the flag post are 46 and 33 respectively. Calculate the horizontal distance from the point on the ground to the base. From the point on the ground, the base of this particular flag post. It should be flag post, not floor post. So we can sketch the information. The flag post is 12 meters long. And it's fixed. It's fixed the top of a tower. Tree. So it's at the top of a tower. Then we have a point on a certain horizontal ground. The angles of elevation from a point on horizontal ground, the angle of elevation of the top and bottom of the flag. You know, the flag is starting here. This is the flag. It is the top of a tower like that. Then now, from a point, which is here at the ground, to the bottom of the flag, there is an angle of elevation. To the top of the flag, there is also an angle of elevation, like that. So the angle of elevation from here is 46. And the angle of elevation, okay, from the top, that is what we have as 46, sorry. So from the top, it's 46. The whole of this, that's 46. And this one is 33. Yeah, like that. So to the bottom, it's 33. To the top, 46. Now with that analysis, you know the flag post itself is 12. This is a 12 meters, like that. We are now told to calculate the horizontal distance Yeah, the horizontal distance from which point? The horizontal distance from the point, can call it point X, to the base of the flag, to the base of the floor. Actually, the floor was right. Floor of the tower. So this is the floor of the tower anyway. To this floor of the tower, point B, like that. So we need the distance BX. The distance BX is needed like that. So one thing that we're supposed to know is that this one we are doing without having to involve construction. Therefore, if this is let to be X, then we will have X plus 12. Then we can say the tan of 46 will be given by opposite X plus 12 out of BX. Out of BX. And also the tan of 33 equals to X out of BX. So we can get two expressions now of BX. BX from the first equation here equals to X plus 12 out of tan 46. BX again equals to X out of tan 33. Since these are expressions for BX, it is the same length, then we can equate them to get the value of X. When we equate them, we shall have X plus 12 out of tan 46 being equal to X out of the tan of 33, like that. Yes. Nakuja. Mwambie, si yako kwa uwanja? Mwambie nakuja sahi. I'm winding up with something. Hello, Baba Manuela. Habari yako, umeland? Nimeland. Sasa si ufanye hivi? Yeah. Kwa heshima tu. Yeah. Nataka acha nipigie Mr. Job. Mr. Job atakuandikia ka leave out. Yeah. Sasa hii actually I'm still in the school. Niko huku ICT room but kuna kitu na present yenye siwezi acha. Sorry for that. Actually nilisahau that na kungojea nikaanza a certain presentation hapa. Let me call mwalimu right now. Hello, fanya hivi. Yeah. Andikiwa na daktari please. Nurse. Nurse ako hapo kwa ofisi yake. Oh, nurse hapo kwa ofisi. Please. So we can do a cross multiplication X tan 46. Let me check that. This will be 1.0355 X equals to tan 33 should cross multiply. So we have tan 33, which is a 0.6494 X plus 12 multiplied by tan 33 giving us 7.793. 793 like that. 7929. Yeah, can have it that way. Then we group terms together. We group the x together, so I can have tan 46 minus tan 33. We get 0.3861x is equal to 7.7929. So now to get x, we can divide through by 0 point. So we can divide through 7.7929. I'm getting 20.18. X is 20.18. 20.18. Let's check that. 20.18. If it's 20.18, then we can get bx. We can use bx. This is an expression for bx. So bx shall be this value out of tan 33. So divide by tan 33. I'm getting, just a minute, 20.18 out of tan 33. I'm getting 31.07. 31.07 meters. 31.07 meters. 31.07 meters. A very good question. Very interesting. This one is very interesting. Very interesting. Number 12. Given that the tan beta equals to 24 over 45, find without use of tables or calculators the value of. Okay, allow me first analyze tan beta. We can draw a table here, which is now, these are paper of trigonometry. See, we're dealing with trigonometry, still dealing with trigonometry. Yeah, assume beta is at this point. Tan of beta is usually given by opposite length out of adjacent length. This again means that we can find the hypotenuse. 45 squared plus 25 squared, the square root. So the square root shall be the root of 2650. Yeah, the square root of 2650 that way. That's the length of the hypotenuse. So now with this, we can substitute. Again, we are able to know that if this is beta, then this angle is 90 minus beta that way. So with that, we can start with tan beta, which is already expressed as 24 out of 45, then minus the sine of 90 minus beta. You see 90 minus beta is here. So sine is opposite length out of hypotenuse. 2650. Divide by cosine of beta. Cos beta, when beta is here, cos beta shall be adjacent out of hypotenuse plus the cosine of 90 minus beta. So 90 minus beta is the angle at top here. So we need 44 out of the root of 2650. Yeah, the root of 2650. So this is what now we are supposed to solve. This is what we are supposed to solve. So let me check now. 24 out of 45 minus, can open brackets for 45 out of the root of 2650. You know, this will give me a negative without actually a negative. Yeah. So allow me now to simplify with a calculator because, okay, you are able to solve with a calculator, yes, but now it will take us a lot of time. It should take us a lot of time. Sorry. Actually, there is something we've not computed well. Sorry for that. 24 squared plus 45 squared, 2601. Then we take square root. This should be exactly 51. Sorry for that. Should be exactly 51. Yeah. So now we use 51 at these points. There was a big error there. 51, 51, 51 like that. So now I'm having 24 out of 45 minus 45 out of 51. That gives us negative 89 out of 255. Then I divide by 45 over 51 plus 24 out of 51. Now this gives us 1 and 6 over 17, meaning that if we divide this, negative 89 out of 255, we should, instead of dividing, multiply by the reciprocal. 17 out of, you see, this is a 23 over 17. So 17 over 23, like that. Yeah, so we can have negative 89 over 255 multiplied by 17 over 23. And this now becomes negative 89 out of 345, like that. Number 13, represent the following inequalities on the grid. So to represent on the grid, we have to treat them as lines. X greater than 2 becomes x equals to 2. Then we just draw that line. At x equals to 2, we raise a perpendicular line. Remember, the inequality is strictly greater than, so we use a dotted line for that matter. Yes, a dotted line like that. This is x equals to 2. X equals to 2. Utakaje mwalimu? Sawa. The second inequality, we can change it to a line y equals to negative x plus 6. Now for this, we come up with a small table of values for this line. When x is 0, y shall be 6. We substitute 0 where there is x. Then when y is 0, then when y is 0, then x shall also be 6, like that. So we talk about now this particular coordinate together with this one. Then, because of the nature of the inequality sign for, we use a complete line now. Use a complete line. Yeah, so this is line y equals to negative x plus 6. There is a third line, y greater than or equal to 1. This one, so y equals to 1. So at y equals to 1, and because of the nature of the sample, whereby it's greater than or equal to, we use a complete line. Y equals to 1. So we have all the lines, and you can see they are shading a common region, meaning that we shade these parts. What you do here, you first plot all the lines. Just plot them. They shall coincidentally shield a common region. And now from that, you'll be able to know that that is now the region R. Yeah. Find the equation of the normal to the curve at this particular point. Okay. One thing that we're supposed to know is that we're supposed to get the gradient function of this curve, which is the derivative, dy dx. We derive the first part to be 3, and x becomes power 2 minus 2, like that. So what would be the gradient itself at a point where x equals to 1? We substitute. Yes, msichana? Kama mnaweza tumia sauti iko chini, well. So we can substitute the value of x for us to know at this particular point, what is the gradient? Therefore, gradient 1, which is gradient of the curve at x equals to 1, is going to be 1. Because even if you square 1 there, it shall be 3 minus 2, which is 1. Now we can find gradient 2 for the normal. It's good for you to know that gradient of a curve is usually equal to gradient of the tangent at a particular point. But now normal is a line which is perpendicular to the tangent, meaning that gradient 2 should be -1. So now equation of the normal, -1 now as the gradient should be expressed, y minus -2, x minus 1, y plus 2 equals to -x plus 1. How do you remain with y? -x minus 1, like that. So this is now the equation of the normal to the curve at that particular point. Look at 15. A quadratic curve passes through the points -2, 0, 1, 0. Find the equation of the curve in the form given there. When the curve passes through these points, you can see that those are points along the x-axis at -2 and also at 1. Yeah, at -2 and also at 1. Meaning that if the quadratic function is equated to 0, then it's solved. We'll get values of x as -2 and also x as 1. So if x equals to 1, then x plus 2 should be equal to 0, and x minus 1 should be equal to 0 also. Then x plus 2, we can now expand if x minus 1 equals to 0 like that. So x into x minus 1 and +2 into x minus 1 should be 0. X squared minus x plus 2x minus 2 equals to 0. X squared plus x because of -x and 2x minus 2 equals to 0. So now we talk about now the function, the equation of the curve now. Should start with y, x squared plus x plus 2, yeah, like that, plus x minus 2. We just introduce the y now there. A very interesting question. Thank you so much for following. See you another time.